Welcome back, Bear Hug Outdoors. Today's the day we've been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting for. We're gonna start installing all the electronics. Most of the boat, the main part of it is put together, minus the seats, minus a couple the cushions and stuff here, the upholstery. But we finally got to it. I finally got everything ready to go, minus the trolling motor. That's gonna be a separate video, but we got the HD Innovations new live scope pole, the double mount from Cisco, the Garmin live scope, Helix 9, 3 Dakota Lithiums. Obviously you guys can see what's going on. We're gonna install the track system from Cisco for the live scope pole, and eventually rod holders. We're going to be putting in some switches with 60 amp breakers, bus bars, and the new hydraulic crimping tool from Pittsburgh. So wish us luck. Hopefully the boat doesn't burn down, and yeah, we're gonna get started, try to figure it out. Should be fun, right? Right. Sounds are the key. All right, we got the tent set up over the boat. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today with real field heat index at 96, so this is shade tree mechanic at a whole new level. So the lighting might be a little bad today, but I'd rather have a little bad lighting than be cooking in this heat. So all right, we're gonna get started. All right, we're gonna see if the old, gonna be running a 36 volt system.
So the battery on that bolt too, Sean, there's a screw underneath that.
Oh, is there? Okay. Gonna be running a 36 volt system, so I thought this area underneath here was a lot bigger. If the batteries are gonna fit in here. So it has a little door that flips down here, but I don't think it's big enough to hold, or it's gonna cover these 3 batteries. So what might end up happening was we were originally thinking about building this out further right here, and then a friend of mine at work, Logan, came up with a good idea and said, maybe why don't you build a step in here, a step in there, then that could be room for batteries or charger or whatever. So
My head on that.
what'd you do?
Whack my head on this.
Not used to having that over the boat, are you?
No.
Okay, so under this console is too small. Buddy Logan gave me the idea. He says we can build this out, build a false box right there, pretty much like what we did for the rear casting deck. And this will end up being perfect with 2 batteries in there, keeping the 3rd battery here. And I'm gonna come in here and see if this Dakota Lithium, oh, it'll mount in here perfect right on the wall. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. Oh, I like it. That's perfect, Dad. That thing.
There's nothing else needs to mount under there, right?
No. Nope. Well, just those switches, that red on and off switch and the breaker, but
Yeah.
I can mount that anywhere on here on the wall. Oh, that's perfect. All right, looks like that's what we're doing. We're going to build a false box there, and 2 of those batteries are going to get mounted there. Yeah, and then I think somewhere up in there we're going to mount the on and off switch, and then the 60 amp breaker somewhere in there. Oh, I'm excited. I like that. I like that. That looks good.
That's gonna work out good.
Yeah. All right. We'll get back to you and take some measurements. And figure out some dimensions here. And we do have to build some little battery boxes instead of buying plastic ones. I got some plywood left over from the deck. I think we'll just build some little battery boxes there out of plywood, huh? So they can't shift around. You want to write this down on something? Okay, the width of it is 17.5 is the width of the bottom. Got to come out at least, for the bottom piece, at least 10.5 inches. That'll give you, without, let's see, that won't be a ring on the back though. I'd like to have a little, because you got 1 by, you said, right? you know what I'm saying, to ring these batteries. I tell you what, I'll just give you the numbers and then you can take the batteries and put them on a piece of plywood and figure out what the ring is. So 11.5 comes out to here, but I think we only need to be like at 11, if that's enough room. Well, that's plenty because that's off the wall. 17.5 by 11. And then you can take the batteries and put them on the plywood and then ring it with. No, hold on. Hold on. Come here. Make the bottom piece of plywood at 17, whatever I told you that number was.
No, 17.5 by 11.
Okay. Let's cut that box. Cut that piece. Take the batteries, set them in there evenly, and then run one by around the bottom of them. Oh, just picked up the new crimping tool, hydraulic crimping tool from Pittsburgh. Got a lot of wiring to do. Sight a rifle down that cut?
Mm-hmm.
You sight a rifle down that cut?
Yep.
Got the new hydraulic wire crimping tool from Pittsburgh. We'll see how it goes. We've been pretty happy with the rivet gun that we got from Pittsburgh. That's done us pretty good. So I don't know. We're gonna give this a shot here. The old hydraulic crimper. It's pretty heavy duty. Check that out.
Holy crap. I'm gonna have to wear a sling to use it.
Yeah. I should have no problem crimping down those number 6s. I got that for I got some thicker number 6 wire. It's gonna be hooking the batteries up, so it's got some big connectors to it. Need a little more power. So what do you got going on here? What are you making?
What am I making?
Yeah, what are you making?
I gotta put the ridges around here.
Yeah, what is this for? What are you making?
Popcorn machine.
Oh, popcorn machine. So we're making our own battery boxes for to mount the batteries, obviously. So instead of going out and spending the big money on plastic boxes that they want to sell you for 50 bucks a piece just to mount on the floor just to put your battery box in. Oh, you guys are dirty. Hold on. Sorry about that. So instead of spending the big money on those, had some leftover plywood, and we're gonna mount our own boxes, make our own little mounting system here for the batteries to sit on. Ended up using, I believe that's 5/8 I had left over. 5/8 on the bottom, and then just some leftover 1x from an old project. And what he's doing right now, he's just ringing it, and eventually we're gonna end up putting a strap over the top to lock these batteries down. So that's that one for those 2 batteries. These are gonna be for the 36-volt system, and then for that battery there, we're gonna have to make its own separate little battery box on the bottom. I call it a box, so it's really just a plate that's gonna sit on the floor, I guess, so the battery can't slide around. And then we'll eventually have to end up doing the same thing over here for these batteries over here. So that's what he's doing. Save yourself the money. If you got some old plywood laying around, save yourself some money, especially if it's hidden. If you're not going to see it, if it's just a little plywood, it doesn't have to look fancy. Save yourself money, use some old supplies, make it work.
Oh.
So what are you making?
Well, your battery box.
Hurt yourself. You look like a real gunslinger there for a minute. The old gunslinger. Let's see if she fits. 1 for 1, 2 for 2. I like it. There we go. Built a little battery box instead of buying the plastic ones they want to sell you for 100 bucks. We just used some of the old marine, I don't know if that's a marine plywood. I think that's the regular plywood.
No, this is marine.
That is marine. Oh yeah, it's the leftover. Some of the old marine plywood we used for the deck. Repurposing it. find my wire strippers. Here they are. These aren't my favorite ones. There we go. These are the ones I like. These are my favorite ones here. I like the stripper in the front. The other ones have the stripper in the back. I hate those things. Okay, Dad just got done building the battery box. I like it. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I'll be able to pull a battery out, staple the top, and get to it. So it is a 36 volt system, so we're gonna have to figure out, obviously we're building the top over this, to figure out where we're gonna cut this hole at to get in here to run our cables through to hook up to the other battery. And I gotta be able to run these charger batteries through to hook up to those batteries as well. So we're going to take some numbers and some dimensions. We're going to figure out what we're going to build here for a cover. Hey you guys, you know what this is? This is an ancient artifact. Show them what you got there. You know what is that?
Oh, handsaw.
Handsaw. You guys believe it? A handsaw. When's the last time you seen a handsaw? Everything's power nowadays. When I first started in the industry, that's all we used was handsaws, Stanley Fat Max. That's how we cut all of our footing boards when I first started. Shows my age.
How old I am.
Yeah. You and I both. And then I'll never forget it. This day, I know the first time I got to use a power saw and power drill, a guy was selling them out of his trunk at a mobile gas station in Rockford, Illinois. And one of my first bosses bought a kit from a guy who had a whole trunk full of DeWalt kits loaded up in his trunk for a good price. I don't know where they came from, but that was the first time, probably 1999. But before that, I was using hand saws. Time flies. Okay, I'm actually gonna finish while my dad there is cutting this top piece in the face. I'm going to jump over and install this other light here underneath of here. I have to still strip the wire, connect that underneath there, so I'm gonna work on that in the meantime. You guys have seen in previous videos, installing these LEDs right here. It is, he's got the pieces cut for the new battery box we're gonna make here. Oh yeah, I like it. We're gonna end up putting cut a hole in the front so these batteries will breathe so they don't get heated up in the summer when it's real hot. We got more of that mesh right there that we used in the back for the back deck. Yeah, that looks nice, Dad. That's gonna work nice. There's a little gap there you see, but that'll get filled in when the carpet gets put in there. It'll take up both sides. I like it. Looks good, don't it?
All right, I'll carpet them.
Okay, buddy. Looks good. Right here, we're going with it. We're going with it. All right. So we're gonna mount our other light through there. I don't know what that's gonna do when the door goes through there. I might end up having to tuck that wire real tight along the wall there, but we'll figure that out. We'll cross that road when we get there. All right, guys, you have to bear with me. I know the lighting's bad down here, especially plus now that we got the tarp on the top of the, especially now that we have the tarp on top of the boat here, so the lighting's not good. Plus we're buried underneath this console here now, and I'm gonna get this light hooked up right now, get that done. This one ran through here. The outsides of them are shrink wrapped, have heat shrink wrap. You guys know what I'm trying to say there. Okay, that one got warm. We'll let that cool down, see how that does. I might have to resplice that one. Boy, I cooked that one kind of fast. We'll let that heat up or cool down see if the solder melted right. I cooked the wrap a little too much, but that's all right. I can always just tape it up or put some liquid tape on it. I'm not too worried about that. Precautionary measures. And then we're gonna end up drilling a hole through here so we can start running cables through here to hook up our 36 volt system. So we're getting there. We're in a compromising position, but we're gonna figure it out, get this all hooked up. Run at an angle so it doesn't come out the back side over here. That's nice. All right, I'm gonna tack this other side down. Once he's done building them other pieces, we'll install them. He actually has the top done right now, so it looks freaking awesome. I can't wait to see the front. All right, so I gotta get power through from these batteries into this other console over there. I already got half the hole drilled there, but I had to stop because I had a bunch of material stuck in here. So let me finish drilling through here. Oh, yep, yeah, maybe an 1/8 inch of plywood stuff left there. So all right, that's done. Now I got access to the end of that other console there. See final product, huh? Yeah. All right, let's see what the old new battery box looks like. Sharp. That's the front air vent so it can breathe. And the top is right here. Let's see if it fits.
The front looks like it's too high.
Oh, like a glove.
Is that front higher than the sides?
Perfect.
Do.
Yeah, it looks real nice. And then batteries can breathe in there. Good idea, Logan. If you ever see this video, that was a good idea. All right, now he's got that box made. He's actually making another battery box right now. I'm getting ready to start wiring these batteries up for a 36 volt system. I'm actually going to be using the Garmin Force, so it calls for a 60 amp breaker. So we're going to be mounting a 60 amp breaker. This one's from Red Wolf, and I'm also mounting on-off switch from Blue Sea. So I'm gonna start getting wires cut right there, wired up for 36 volt. We're gonna find a place to mount this 60 amp. GoPro camera's terrible, but maybe if I put it on the carpet, there you can see it's more of a silver. What is this guy doing over there? It's more of a silverish color wire there. It's not there you go, focus, a copper, so that's tinned. All right, marine grade. Okay, so we're wiring up a 36 volt system. This is the weirdest thing. If anybody knows anything about batteries, normally if you go from a negative to a positive, you're going to get an arc or some type of reaction. So according to the Minn Kota wiring instructions here, it's a positive lead goes to the motor, and then the negative lead goes to the motor, and then the ones in between go negative, positive, negative, positive, which we're not going right to the motor. We got the breaker and the switch to wire to, but let me know, is this right? Am I going to burn my new trolling motor up? But negative, positive, just sounds crazy. That's what we're going for. Forgot to video it. Well, it looks like you got her tight. I'm not sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That crimped the crap out of it.
I guess.
I better, before I forget, get a couple heat shrinks on here. That black one, it don't matter. This is going from positive to negative anyways. It don't matter. I could put one black and one red on there.
I would.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Got a lot of the leads made here, or 3 of the leads made for hooking up the Dakotas. Now I'm going in. I'm gonna mount the charger. Find a good place on the wall back there to mount it. I just went through, checked all the ends, made sure there was no corrosion, make sure they were nice and tight, and put a little extra tape on the ends just to give a little bit more stiffness in case they get pulled on. So all the wiring's ready to go. I gotta crawl up in there and I'm gonna mount that charger right on that wall somewhere. Well, not somewhere, right there, but.
You just want to look at yourself putting the screw in.
Yeah. All right, the game plan changed. I was gonna mount it on that wall, but there's not enough room because the door flips down right there. So I ended up going with this. We're gonna mount it right on the floor. Just cut a little piece of 1/2 inch. Screw that right to the deck, and now I'm going in. I gotta try to get a screw behind this thing, which is not going to be difficult, or which is going to be very difficult. But I'm hoping with this mirror I can see. Come on, why are you not going in there? All right, there we go. Make sure these are laying flat. Positive to positive, negative charger, negative charger. This is going to be our long lead right there for the going straight to the trolling motor. Negative charger. All of this just seems wrong, you know, hooking positive to negative.
Yeah.
Just doesn't even seem right. We'll know when the boat is on fire in the middle of the lake. The negative, this negative right here off this battery goes straight to the trolling motor.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. The positive off of this battery, the positive off this battery goes to the 60 amp breaker, then goes to the switch, and then off the switch goes to the positive on the trolling motor.
Oh, okay.
So it has the protection from the power surges or whatever may happen. May or may, well, nothing better happen, but that's what that fuse, that 60 ampere is for, is to, in case something goes wrong. That's that bank, so I gotta go positive over there, but we're gonna hold off on hooking that positive off right now, because once I hook that positive on there, we're everything's hot. All right, 60 amp breaker. We're gonna find a spot to mount this. It's probably gonna be in this area right here. Yeah, well, the door has like a 2.5, 3 inch gap on the side of it. Probably gonna mount here because we're gonna drill a hole straight above it and put the switch up in this up above us. I think we're just gonna mount it right here, right on that wall, so that power positive can run straight up.
Yeah, I mean, that's wood right there, so you just use wood screws and zip, zip, zip.
Ah! Can I have one the next size bigger, please? Or I could just reamed it out a little bit. Going too good. Okay. Oh yeah. That's nice. Run the positive from here, then we'll run the positive up through the shelf, up to the switch. I'll be. I did not think that was going to chew through that metal. Wow.
You need to have more faith in me.
I got metal all over the place now. Alright, we're going to vacuum that up. No. I think you took it out. I'll look. Yeah, it's in the garage. All right, that's it for today. We got a lot of stuff done, but really it doesn't seem like we got a lot done because of a lot of custom building here. Had to make room for some new batteries going in there. So in the hallway, we're actually gonna make that extend out, put a box in there. We got that all made, which you guys seen earlier. Got the one charger put in, the other battery. Got the 60 amp breaker mounted up there. And yeah, that's it. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's all we got done for today. Tomorrow we'll be back again, finishing up the wiring. I gotta go get some more connectors. And we're gonna start working on this side of the boat, these batteries, and see where that leads us. Getting closer, getting closer. All right, any last words, Dad?
No, we're done.
We're done. All right, thanks for tuning in.